Om Shri Sairam. My most humble pranams at the lotus feet of beloved Bhagwan, Shri Sathya Sai Baba, and a loving Sairam to all of you. Vedas declare, Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava. Revere the mother and the father as God. Swami's mother Eashwaramma is an example of an ideal mother. The celebration of this life of Mother Eashwaramma began on May 6, 1977 as Children's Day in commemoration of her death anniversary. On this day, Eashwaramma's life is celebrated around the world by remembering her exemplary life, performing acts of selfless service for the needy, and singing the glories of Lord. Every year, the program is organized around a central theme from our Swami's teaching. This year, the central theme is on the 8 types of flowers that God desires from us, titled Ashta Pushpam. We, the students of Shri Sathya Sai Education of Abu Dhabi, welcome all the parents and elders in the audience to this auspicious Eashwaramma Day 2022.
Time symbolizes knowledge, the greatest and everlasting wealth. Knowledge removes ignorance, just as light dispels darkness. We will now have the lighting of the lamp by our beloved Swami to mark the auspicious occasion of Eashwaramma Day.
Swami says, Veda is like the Kalpa Vriksha or a tree which gives whatever we desire. However, in order to protect it, we have to practice or constantly recite Veda. That is a kind of water which we have to give so that the tree may flourish. We also have to provide a proper fence around this tree, and the discipline with which you conduct yourself will be the fence. Your sadhana is the fertilizer for the tree to grow. It is only when you have this adhyayana, discipline and sadhana that the Vedic tree will give you flowers of dharma and the fruit of prajnana. Thus, the Veda can help us in fulfilling all our desires. Now, let us hear the chanting of some of these Vedic hymns by our brothers from group 2 and 3.
कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अवां पुष्पम् पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति अग्निर्वा अपायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो अग्निरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अग्निरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति वायुर्वा अपायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो वायोरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै वायोरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति असौ वै तपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वापमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपाम् आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यश्चन्द्रमस आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपाम् आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति नक्षत्राणि वा अपाम् आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो नक्षत्राणाम् आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै नक्षत्राणाम् आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपाम् आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति पर्जन्यो वा अपाम् आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः पर्जन्यस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै पर्जन्यस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपाम् आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति संवत्सरो वा अपाम् आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योऽप्सुनाभं प्रतिष्ठितां वेद प्रत्येव तिष्ठति राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मेधा देवी जुषमाणा नागाद्विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्य माना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वदेव विदधे सुवीराः त्वया जुष्टऋषिर्भवति देवि त्वया ब्रह्मागत श्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टचित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्वद्रविणो न मेधे मेधां महीन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विना उभावा दत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः दैवी मेधा सरस्वती सा मा मेधा सुरभिर्जुषताग स्वाहा आमा मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगती जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा पिन्वमाना सा मा मेधा सुप्रतीकाजुषन्ताम् मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि इन्द्रियं ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो राजो ददातु ॐ हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंस प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरि ओम् तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, brothers, for the amazing rendition of the Vedic hymns. Swami says, devotion is the highest form of love. It means loving contemplation of God, repetition of His name, and worshipping Him. Dance is one of the means to express our devotion. To illuminate this divine light in our hearts, we shall now have an invocation dance invoking Lord Ganesha to remove obstacles and welcoming our eternal mother, Sai, by our friends from group 2 and 3.
गजवदन वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय हे गजवदन वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय
हे गजवदन वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय दशावतारी आम्ही धरितो तुमचे पाय दशावतारी आम्ही धरितो तुमचे पाय
हे गजवदन वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय हे गजवदन वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय हे गजवदन वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सुखकर्ता दुःखहर्ता माता विघ्नाची पूर्वी पूर्वी प्रेम कृपा जयाची सर्वांगी सुंदर विशेंदुराची कंठी झळके माळ मुक्ता फळाची जय देव 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 रत्न खचित फळा तुझ गौरी कुमरा चंदनाची उटी कुंकुम केशरा हिरे जडित मुकुट शोभतो बरा गुंजुळती नुपुरे चरणी आगर्या जय देव 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 सवितो तुम्हा संकट अमुचे विलयाला जाओ
स्तवितो तुम्हा संकट अमुचे विलयाला जाओ
स्तवितो तुम्हा संकट अमुचे विलयाला जाओ हे गजवदन वक्रतुंड महाकाय हे गजवदन वक्रतुंड महाकाय हे गजवदन वक्रतुंड महाकाय वक्रतुंड महाकाय वक्रतुंड महाकाय लंबोदर पीतांबर परिमल वंदना सरळ सोंड वक्रतुंड त्रिनयना रामाचा वाटा हे सदना संकटी पावावे निर्वाणी रक्षावे सुरवर वंदना
जय देव जय मंगलमूर्ती दर्शन माते मन कामना पूर्ती जय देव जय मंगलमूर्ती दर्शन माते मन कामना पूर्ती जय देव 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 जय देव
Thank you, friends, for the wonderful performance. It is truly an expression of love and devotion towards our beloved Swami. Now, we request Mr. Sajeev, President of Sri Sathya Sai Global Council, Abu Dhabi, to give the welcome address.
My humble and loving pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan. Respected Swan Chair, Brother Suresh Menon, Central Coordinator, Brother Satyapal, Deputy Central Coordinator, Brother Krishnan, Sri Sathya Sai Global Council Abu Dhabi Vice President, Brother Sathya, Suresh Balakrishnan, Principal, Bhavans Abu Dhabi, senior members of the organization, respected elders, gurus, parents and children, my loving Sairam to all. Today, we are celebrating Eashwaramma Day. Mother Eashwaramma is the chosen mother of our beloved Bhagavan. What is the significance of the day? On this day, we are reminded of the importance of children and the importance of the mother. All the noble souls who walked on the earth became what they are because of their noble mothers. For instance, because of Putli Bhai, India got a great leader, Mahatma Gandhi. You can see many more such instances in the world around us. Who is our first teacher? Without doubt, we can answer that our mother is our first guru. So, our beloved Swami decided to celebrate the Samadhi of Mother Eashwaramma as Children's Day. Sri Sathya Sai Education aims at inculcating habits in the child so that he or she grows up into an ideal citizen, an asset not only to the parents but to the society, nation and world at large. Without further ado, let me begin with the task I am assigned today. Swami, today your children of Abu Dhabi are offering a beautiful program at your lotus feet, and I am praying for your presence throughout the program. We have with us today Suresh Balakrishnan, the principal of Bhavans, Abu Dhabi, as our chief guest. On behalf of Sri Sathya Sai Global Council Abu Dhabi, I welcome you, sir, for this program. On behalf of the management team of Sri Sathya Sai Global Council Abu Dhabi, I welcome all the senior members of the organization for this program. Dear brothers and sisters, while seeing the program, you will understand how much efforts the children, gurus and parents took to offer the wonderful program at the lotus feet. They used all the possible technology support to materialize this beautiful program. I am very much thankful for the dedicated efforts of parents, gurus and children. Praying to Swami to shower his grace and blessings on all of you, and very warm welcome to each and every one of you. With this, I am concluding my words and thanking Swami for this opportunity. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Uncle, for the inspiring speech. Now, we shall have the Eashwaramma Day message summarized from various discourses of our Swami and the pledge on behalf of our SSSE children, delivered by Sister Aditi Patel.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadhapi Gariyasi is one of the favorite sayings of our Swami. The mother and the motherland are greater than even heaven. So, one should have love for one's mother and motherland. Swami says, Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava. Revere the mother and the father as God. Your blood-do, food-do, head-do, and dud-do are all the gifts of the mother. So, first and foremost, one should show gratitude to the mother. Mother Eashwaramma was an embodiment of nobility, benevolence, and sacrifice. She loved children very much and guided them on the virtuous path. She never asked Swami anything for herself. Her main objective in life was welfare of the society. Swami had great love and respect for his mother. He fulfilled all his mother's wishes by building a school, a hospital, and a drinking water project in his village. He also promised his mother that he would never leave his village of Puttaparthi. To understand and accept the divinity of the avatar is not very easy, but Eashwaramma accepted the divinity of Swami and became his devotee. She shed tears of joy after seeing the fulfillment of all her wishes and breathed her last with Swami's name on her lips on 6th May 1972. Every year since then, this day is observed as Children's Day by the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations all over the world. Eashwaramma was one of the pioneers of the Bal Vikas movement. Hence, this day is also celebrated as Bal Vikas Day, when hundreds of Bal Vikas children gather in Bhagwan's presence and offer him cultural programs imbibing the highest spiritual lessons from their Divine Mother's side. Swami has said that if we don't look after our parents, we don't deserve to be the members of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization. Mothers are the makers of a nation's future or misfortune. They should teach two lessons, fear of sin and fondness for virtues. Both of these are based on faith in God, being the inner motivator of all. If you want to know how advanced a nation is, study the mothers. Swami says, my life is my message. So I am setting an example of reverence to the mother. Swami, on this most auspicious Eashwaramma Day, we, the students of SSSC, solemnly pledge ourselves to be your instrument in your mission and pray for your grace to be your messengers. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Sister Aditi, for the uplifting message. Surely we will abide by the oath. Now, we shall have a song expressing our profound gratitude and reverence to Mother Eashwaramma, delivered by our Group 3 Year 3 friends.
ईश्वरम्मा ईश्वरम्मा जग की माता आप है सत्य साई शांति दाई प्यारी मैया आप है ईश्वरम्मा ईश्वरम्मा जग की माता आप है सत्य साई शांति दाई प्यारी मैया आप है ईश्वरम्मा ईश्वरम्मा जग के माता आप है
Have no doubts. Swami is verily present here and has enjoyed this beautiful song rendered by a Group 3 Year 3 friends. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Next, we shall have the EHV report summarizing the annual SSSE activities, which will be presented by Mrs. Shweta Satyanarayanan, our SSSE convener.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My most humble and loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan. Loving Sai Rams to one and all. On this blessed occasion of Eashwaramma Day celebrations, I express my deep gratitude to Swami for his abundant blessings and guidance to the SSSC wing of Abu Dhabi. I would like to take this opportunity to briefly present the EHV report for the year 2021-22. Currently, we have 312 children enrolled in SSSC classes across all groups, and we have 55 gurus who are teaching human values, shlokas, Vedam and bhajans to the children during the weekly online classes. With the divine blessings, SSSC classes are smoothly conducted via online mode during the weekends. As a regular activity, SSSC bhajans are conducted online on the last Sunday of every month. Around 25 SSSC children participate in this event on a monthly basis. Also, 20 SSSC children from Group 3 participated in the Akhanda Bhajans conducted on 13th November 2021. As it is done every year, we had our parent contact programs twice in June and December 2021. Around 160 parents attended these online sessions. Orientation to parents of new enrollments was conducted online in the month of December 2021. Around 25 parents attended the orientation session conducted online. Even during the challenging pandemic situation, SSSC Children of Abu Dhabi offered a wonderful program to Swami entitled Panchamata as part of Eashwaramma Day 2021 celebrations. Around 250 children participated in this online event. On the occasion of World Environment Day, various activities such as coloring, poster making, speech contests and debates were organized across all SSSC groups and classes. I would like to share a few pictures of our children presenting their wonderful activities. Gratitude ceremony for the outgoing Group 3 children was held on 23rd October 2021 at BS Events Hall, Abu Dhabi. 20 children were graduated. Oath-taking ceremony was conducted and every graduating child was presented with the oath frame and a personalized USB which contains full reference to all the shlokas learnt in SSSC classes. All graduating children shared their gratitude to Swami and Gurus for giving them the golden opportunity to be part of the SSSC program. All the graduating children took Sai Oath as part of the program. As it happens every year, SSSC children were given the opportunity to participate in various competitions which were held class-wise. Competitions were selected based on the groups such as fancy dress and sloka chanting for Group 1 children, essay writing, Bhagavad Gita and Suprabhadam chanting for Group 2, and debate competitions for Group 3 children. Many children participated enthusiastically in these competitions and derived great learnings. Our SSSC gurus have put in utmost efforts in conducting these competitions and motivated the children to participate in good spirit. Due to COVID restrictions, we were not able to conduct the annual Sports Day event this year. However, for the first time, we conducted online chess tournament. Around 10 SSSC children participated in the event wherein selection rounds, quarterfinals, semi-finals and final rounds were conducted. Children participated very enthusiastically in this online event. Third workshop on Sri Sathya Sai Parent Care Program for SSSC parents was conducted in the month of March. 10 parents got enrolled in this batch wherein 6 sessions were conducted every Saturday through online platform. Program consists of 6 modules covering the below topics: Introduction to Value Parenting, Healthy Parenting, Effective Communication, Energy Parenting, Creative Parenting, and Intuitive Parenting. We encourage all interested parents to contact your respective class guru to get enrolled in the upcoming batches. We thank Swami for giving us this opportunity to be part of his mission. We thank all the parents for their continuous support and engagement in all SSSC activities, and we welcome your feedback as always. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Aunt Shweta, for the annual update of the EHV activities. We now welcome our chief guest for today, Mr. Suresh Balakrishnan, to address us and share his words of wisdom.
Office bearers and executive committee members of this wonderful organization, Bal Vikas, and the child members specifically of this organization, and all other kith and kin who have assembled here to be a part of this auspicious moment. Greetings and good morning from Bharati Vidya Bhavan to all of you. 6th of May, as far as the organization and you children are concerned, is very, very significant. Today marks on one side the motherhood and the other side the childhood. Two wonderful stages in human life. On this occasion, I find it my great pleasure and honor to be a part of this organization and this program, and just share some of my thoughts about childhood and also of motherhood with you. Childhood for me is the most important part of human life. I always think of the life of a sapling when I think of a child. Childhood for me is the springtime of human life. And for a sapling during the springtime, if it is denied proper care, sufficient water, it cannot grow into a robust tree which would flower abundantly in summer season and would give us the expected harvest during the autumn season. This sapling undoubtedly will fetch winter season quite easily, quite early, and may sometimes die very easily. In the same way, if a child is denied the opportunity to trigger his cognitive domain, to have sufficient physical exercises, proper education, and the heart and hand of the child is not, if not properly taken care, just like what has happened to the life of that sapling, this child also may not grow into a healthy youth, a healthy young man. We cannot expect a fruitful life in this child at all without achieving the purpose with which it is born. Sometimes the child may die. I don't mean the physical death, the spiritual death. He cannot attain the objectives and goals of his life. So what has to be done? The childhood has to get exposed to a lot of human values. By values I mean truthfulness, honesty, respect, cooperation, love, consideration, sympathy, empathy, and whatnot. The list is very long. So it is my request to those who listen to me now to make sure that the children around us, the children in our family, our own children and the children in this world should never be denied the expected exposure to the emotional, the physical and the intellectual experiences that would help the child grow into a global citizen who would always volunteer to work with others, accept others, adapt himself or herself to the changed situation. Once this happens, it will naturally promise a harmonious world where peace, mutual understanding, and a kind of a symphony or symphonic nature of life exist. That world will never be under the threat of war, will never be under the threat of animosity and cruelty. So who should be the teacher of this child first? It is none other than the mother. I have been looking up a dictionary for a better word than the word mother, and miserably I failed. Yes, what I want to tell you is, mother is the most beautiful word in the world. Which other lady will undergo the pain of pregnancy? Which other lady will suffer the pangs of childbirth? Which other lady will get ready to be a part of all the nuisance, disturbance that a child causes to her, if not a mother? So dear children, I can't think of a happy life for you if you become responsible for disrespect, pain, sorrow, tension, pressure, etc. for your mothers. So why I talked about this motherhood and childhood now is, I came to know from your organizers that this organization and its curriculum stands for, its vision and mission stand for inculcating, instilling a lot of human values into the hearts of children. The propaganda, the campaign, the mission that this organization Bal Vikas has undertaken should be really praised, honored, and given a salute. This should continue. The mission of educating a child, the mission of imparting a lot of values of life to these growing children should be continue. It should be honored and it should be rewarded. Let this be this occasion, an occasion to reward and acknowledge the great responsibility the organization Bal Vikas has undertaken. Let this continue. I wish the organization all the very best. And with this thought, I'll wrap up my words. Let noble thoughts come to us from every side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experiences and advice for us. Swami says, flowers in nature fade, lose fragrance, and rot soon. The effect of offering flowers to God may not last long. What God loves more are the flowers blossoming on the tree of man's own life, fed and fostered by his own skill and sincerity. They are the flowers of his virtues grown in the garden of his heart. God does not expect you to perform rituals, nor does he want you to study the scriptures. All that he desires from you is the 8 types of flowers. Worship God through good qualities, good conduct, good thoughts, and good company. This has been given the name of Parabhakti. Swami lovingly explains the 8 types of flowers that please God. 8 are the flowers that please the Lord. Offer him the flowers of non-violence and sense control, compassion on all creatures, forbearance and peace, penance, meditation and truth above all. These are the flowers dear to the Lord. Let us now watch the Ashta Pushpam theme introduction song by our group 3 friends.
Shanti Pushpam Deva Samarpayami Dhyana Pushpam Deva Samarpayami Daya Pushpam Deva Samarpayami Tapas Pushpam Deva Samarpayami Kshama Pushpam Deva Samarpayami Sathya Pushpam Deva Samarpayami Indriya Nigraho Karanam Samarpayami Ahimsa Paramadharmaha Samarpayami Eashwaramma Sutaratnakara Kura Sada Bhajami Saishwarude Lokapala Kuru Sada Smarami Sathya Saishwarude Lokapala Kuru Sada Smarami Sada Smarami
Sairam Akshaya. Wow, beautiful flowers. They are so colorful. Yes, Mohana, my mother asked me to collect flowers for Bhuta, but I could collect only a few. Akshaya, do you remember our Guru said in Bhavika's class that real flowers fade away with time, but flowers of good values stay forever? You are right, Mohana. I recollect now. We do not need to buy flowers to offer God, but pray with Ashta Pushpam, the flowers of good values. Well said, Akshaya. All that God desires from us are 8 types of flowers.
That was really soul-stirring. The flower of Ahimsa, non-violence, is the first of the 8 flowers one should offer to God. Our scriptures declare Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaha, which means non-violence is the highest dharma. Non-violence means not causing harm to any living creatures by thought, word, and deed. Cleansing and purifying these 3, thought, word, and deed, has been called a Triputi in spiritual parlance. This kind of flower of Ahimsa has been described as Trigunam, Triputi, and Ekabilva. All of them should be harmonized and brought together to one unit of flower. Now, we have the group 2 children to present a skit on Ahimsa.
The first class Ahimsa, Nonviolence. Ahimsa is not to hurt oneself or others. In thought, word, or we should always help others. Never always thought, help neighbor. Signed Babu. I am Gandhi. I am man of Ahimsa. I see no bad, hear no bad, talk no bad, and do no bad. I fight for freedom. Ahimsa way. I will with peace in your heart.
Sai Ram, we are thankful to Mother Eashwaramma for giving Swami Sathya Sai Baba to the world, who have took avatar on this earth and led millions and millions of people on the path of spirituality. So beautifully, Swami have given us the flower Ahimsa, which can be practiced by each and everyone and get enlightened. Dear devotees, we are now going to take you on a small skit on the topic Ahimsa, that is non-violence.
Hit it on his face and remove him.
You think of removing me?
How dare you hit me?
You fool! Pass it to me!
No, I won't. What will you do?
We are tired. Come, let us sit and take rest for some time.
I saw you guys fighting. Please do not fight. We should practice Ahimsa as we had learnt in the last Balika's class.
Sorry, I was not able to attend last week's class. Could someone share with me what you had learned about Ahimsa in the last class?
Yes, we can tell you. We learnt about Ahimsa, that is non-violence. Yes, you are right, but we learnt something more than this. What was that? I am eager to know about it. As I had switched off my video and playing online games, I missed a few minutes of the class. Many people speak about Ahimsa, but I really don't know how it is practiced and how it is beneficial to everyone. We learn that Ahimsa can be practiced in many ways, that is, through our speech, through our eyes, through our ears, through our tongue, through our mind, and even with our thoughts.
That is really interesting. I know Ahimsa only through hands. Could you tell me more about Ahimsa in different ways?
Of course. Through speech, you should always speak sweet and softly. Our harsh speech could hurt someone's feelings. He or she may get disturbed and feel ill about the speaker. So we should pay attention on the words we speak.
Yes, we should speak in such a way that the other person should feel good. He had done something wrong. It should be told in a loving and truthful way so that he understands and appreciates it and does not get hurt.
I really appreciate how deeply this concept has been taught in the class.
Now I will tell you how this can be put into practice with our eyes. If we see someone doing something which we feel to be incorrect, we should not be judgmental and come to the conclusion of him doing something wrong, but instead we should try to know the truth behind his actions.
That is really a very good way to see. That is, see through the eyes of others. And I think through ears means not to listen to untruth or gossip, but to have good company. But I don't understand how Ahimsa can be practiced through our tongue.
Brother, Swami says a person not able to take care of himself will not be able to take care of others too.
But how will tongue help practice Ahimsa?
By eating the right kind and right amount of food, that is, sattvic food. By eating the wrong kind of food or over-consuming of food for more than what is required will destroy the health of a person. One will become a slave of his tongue and eventually start consuming junk food, that too in more quantity, and become unhealthy. We should develop control over our tongue.
I agree with your understanding. Developing control over our tongue helps us to practice Ahimsa by not harming ourselves. Swami says our body is a temple. We should take care of it through every way. Only when our body is healthy, then only we can practice service to mankind and progress in our goal, love all, serve all.
Now I am really eager to know how can we practice Ahimsa through our mind and thoughts. Could someone explain that to me?
Yes, we should allow compassionate feelings for everyone. Our mind should be free from any kind of evil feelings for anyone. We should treat everyone as our brothers and sisters. Do we have any evil feelings for our family members? No, it is not a human quality. Whether our evil feelings will hurt others or not, it will definitely harm our emotions first. For that, if any evil feeling arises in us, we need to replace that with love and compassion. Same way, we should not even think of harming someone. All our feelings and actions are based on our thoughts. We should have right views and right thoughts so that these will lead to the right words and the right actions. Through this, we will be able to follow Swami's teaching of unity in our thoughts, words and deeds.
Thanks to all for explaining Ahimsa in detail. I am now having a very clear understanding of the concept of Ahimsa or non-violence. Thanks to Swami for guiding us. So, non-violence means no to evil thoughts. Thoughts lead to words and words lead to action.
Be your conscience. Conscience always helps you choose the right path. No to harsh speech. Harsh speech hurts others' feelings. Virtuous actions at all times. This will help us to have unity of thoughts, words and deeds. Ignore evil thoughts. This will help us use our time wisely. Order your senses. This will lead you to the right path. Love the entire world. This will lead to the goal of our life.
Eat the right kind of food and keep your body healthy. Not to harm anyone and practice love all, serve all.
Compassionate feeling towards everyone. On the grace of God.
You should not cause hurt, even by a word, a look, or a gesture. Tolerance, fortitude, equanimity. These help you to be steady in Ahimsa, absence of violence.
That was really amazing. The second flower is the flower of Indriya Nigrah, sense control. All spiritual practices will prove futile if one lacks sense control. Control of the senses is very essential for one and all. How can we control these senses? First of all, one should exercise control over the thumb. You should eat for the sake of satisfying your hunger and sustaining the body. Do not give undue importance to taste. Likewise, tell your eyes to see God instead of watching unsacred things on the television or video. Teach your ears to listen to the stories of the Lord instead of listening to vain gossip. It is only when we use these sensory organs along the right path for which they have been created, we will be entitled to God's grace. All that you see and hear gets imprinted on your heart. Once your heart is polluted, your life will become meaningless. Human heart is like a pen. The color of the words that you write will be the same as the color of the ink in the pen. Likewise, when you fill your heart with love, all that you think, say, and do will be suffused with love. God expects you to fill your heart with love and lead a sacred life. Group 2 children will give a yoga demonstration of various asanas followed by a Shiva Tandavam to emphasize this point.
The second flower is Indriya Nigraham. Indriya Nigraham means controlling all of 5 senses. Without exercising control of senses, Control your senses, let not the senses control you. Devarata Bhishma, the master of self-control is here. Sai Ram, I am Bhishma, Sthita Prajna, one who remains calm and controlled over his five senses. I live as one. One day was a calamity. Once Lord Krishna asked me if I was worried about something. My reply was no man who had seen Krishna would be worried.
Sai Ram. We will now have a yoga demonstration where we focus on one aspect of the Ashta Pushpam, that is Indriya Nigrah, control of the senses. Yoga is essentially a spiritual discipline based on an extremely subtle science, which focuses on bringing harmony between mind and body. The word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit root yuj, meaning to join or to yoke or to unite. The practice of yoga leads to the union of individual consciousness with that of the universal consciousness, indicating a perfect harmony between the mind and body, man and nature. According to Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, there is an eightfold path leading to liberation, known as Ashtanga Yoga or 8 limbs of yoga. These are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Pratyahara, the fifth of the 8 limbs of yoga, means withdrawal of sensory transcendence. In this stage, we make the conscious effort to draw our awareness away from the external world and develop detachment. The Group 2 SSC children will now demonstrate specific asanas, the practice of which will guide the aspirant to take a step backward and look inward into oneself and achieve Indriya Nigraha. Aspirants should be aware that the postures demonstrated now are only a fraction of the asanas that are prescribed for a sadhaka who seeks harmony in mind and body. Constant practice under the guidance of an experienced guru is the road to the union of the individual with the divine. Jai Sai Ram.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, verse 50. Anutvegam karam vakyam satyam priyahitam jayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. Words that do not cause distress are truthful, inoffensive, and beneficial, as well as the regular recitation of the Vedic scriptures. These are declared as austerity of speech.
Austerity of speech is speaking words that are truthful, unoffending, pleasing, and beneficial for the listener. The practice of the recitation of Vedic mantras is also included in the austerity of speech. Speak the truth in a manner injurious to others. Don't speak truth. Speak the truth in such a way it is pleasing to others. Do not speak the truth in a manner injurious to others. Never speak untruth, though it may be pleasant. This is the eternal path of morality and dharma.
What does Bhagwan Baba explain us about the power of our words? Bhagwan Baba explains us about the power of our words. The spoken word, though it might be short and appears to be only a sound, has in it the power of an atom bomb. When a word of hope is spoken to a person who is sunk in despair, it charges them with elephant strength. But when a word of calumny is spoken to a person who is extremely strong and happy, it often leads them to slump on the ground, overcome by sorrow. Words can confer strength. They can drain one's energy too. Words can win friends. They can turn friends into foes as well. Words can elevate or lower an individual. You must learn the habit of making your words sweet, soft, and pleasant.
Our Bhagwan says we cannot oblige always, but we can talk obligingly. The 5 senses organs must be used carefully, knowing well their limitations and capabilities. You must exercise the same control over them as you would use in controlling a number of powerful energies and implements which we use in daily life. For example, fire and electricity, if properly used, can be beneficial. Used unwisely, they are dangerous.
beautiful performance. The third flower is the flower of Daya, compassion towards all living creatures. The Bhagavad Gita says, Adveshta Sarva Bhutana, do not hate anybody, live in amity with everyone. Eashwara Sarva Bhutana, God is the indweller of all beings. Names and forms may vary, but the same God is present in all of us. Therefore, you should have compassion towards all beings with the broad feeling that God is present in all. Then only can you understand how expansive and fragrant this compassion for all creatures is. Homage paid to any God reaches the Supreme. Sarva Deva Namaskaram Keshavam Prati Gacchati. Similarly, humiliation caused to anybody reaches the Supreme. Sarva Jiva Tiraskaram Keshavam Prati Gacchati. Among all the flowers, Sarva Bhuta Daya Pushpam, compassion for all creatures, is the most important. Man alone is endowed with this virtue of compassion. This is the flower that you should offer to God. God loves all, for He is the embodiment of love. But He will give Himself only to those who show compassion for all beings. Let us now watch a group song titled Vaishnava Janato by Group 1 and 2 children, followed by a dance drama titled Temple of Compassion, Eashwaramma by Group 1 and a bhajan by Group 2 children.
Compassion towards all beings. Sarvabhuta Daya means we should love all humans, animals and birds. We should not hurt any beings. Be good, see good and do good. This is the way to God. Mother Teresa, known by her name of compassion and love, is here.
Jangi jang, dimi dam tidam, dhama dham satale, china pulu takuru pule.
Sai Ram, Mother Teresa is my name and I lived my life for others. My life was a song and I sang it beautifully, filled with love and compassion. I see God in every human being. When I aid the needy, I feel I am helping God Himself. Isn't it lovely? Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud.
Janato, tene kariye
बनलोभीने कपट रहित छे काम क्रोध निवार्या रे भये नरसैन्य तेनु दर्शन करता उड़े को तीर्थार्या रे वैष्णवजन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने पर दुखी उपकार करे तोए मन अभिमान ना आने रे वैष्णवजन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने मन अभिमान ना आने पीड़ पराई जाने என்னதவம் செய்தனை என்னதவம் செய்தனை ஈஸ்வராம்பா என்னதவம் செய்தனை ஈஸ்வராம்பா எங்குன்னிரே பரபிரம்ம அம்மாவென்றழைக்க என்னதவம் செய்தனை Oh, Mother Eashwaramma, what troubles have you done that you have opened the doors of heaven and gifted the world with the avatar?
Mother Eashwaramma was a lady who practiced compassion to all beings. Her neighbor was pious lady named Karnam Subama, who on every full moon day used to perform the Sri Sathya Swami Puja. Mother Eashwaramma attended this puja with full faith and devotion. She prayed to Lord Satyanarayana to bless her with the child. The Lord heard her prayers and the avatar descended to save mankind.
என்னதவம் செய்தாளோ ஈஸ்வரம்மா என்னதவம் செய்தாளோ ஈஸ்வரம்மா கலியை தீர்க்க வந்த சத்யசாயியை பெறவே என்னதவம் செய்தாளோ ஈஸ்வரம்மா கலியை தீர்க்க வந்த சத்யசாயியை பெறவே என்ன தவம் செய்தாளோ ஈஸ்வரம்மா ஈஸ்வரம்மா பர்த்தியில் அன்று மழை பொழிந்ததே அன்று பர்த்தியில் ஆனந்த மழையே பொழிந்ததே தேவர் முனிவர் காத்த தருணம் வந்ததே தேவர் முனிவர் காத்த தருணம் வந்ததே என்ன தவம் செய்தாளோ ஈஸ்வரம்மா கலியை தீர்க்க வந்த சத்யசாயியை பெறவே என்ன தவம் செய்தாளோ ஈஸ்வரம்மா ஈஸ்வரம்மா.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे. After the Satyanarayana Puja, the doors of heaven opened and a blue ball of light came down from the skies and entered Mother the avatar descended.
Amba Vandanam Eashwaramma Vandanam Amba Vandanam Eashwaramma Vandanam Janani Vandanam Jagat-janani Vandanam Janani Vandanam Jagat-janani Vandanam Mata Vandanam Sai Mata Vandanam Mata Vandanam Sai Mata Vandanam
Mother Eashwaramma brought up Sri Sathya Sai Baba with a lot of love. She was full of compassion and wanted everyone to be happy. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu was the prayer of Mother Eashwaramma put into practice. This is clear from the three wishes that Mother Eashwaramma had in life. Now let us watch her three wishes through a short skit. One day, Eashwaramma was returning from the Chitravati river. Mother, are you having difficulty carrying the vessel of water? Yes, I am unable to carry this vessel for such a long distance. But we need water every day. What can we do? Oh. My dear son, where are you going? What is in this bag? Oh, mother, I am carrying these books to school. It is in Bhuta. You appear very weak. Where are you going? Mother, there is no doctor in this village to give medicine to my child. He is suffering from cold and fever. I have to take him to Bhuta hospital. These three incidents made Mother Eashwaramma very sad. She was a woman of compassion, so she decided to ask Swami for help. Swami, I am unable to see others suffering. I want you to help.
What do you want me to do, Mother?
I have 3 wishes.
Tell me, Mother, what are your wishes?
Swami, you must build a small primary school for children in Pushpanjali.
Okay, Mother.
And people also need a hospital here, Swami.
And
I also wish you to provide drinking water to the people of Pushpanjali.
your wishes are for the benefit of everyone around you. How noble you are. Oh, Mother, I shall make your wishes come true.
Mother Eashwaramma's desires were very simple. Her desire to have a small primary school for children in Bhuta blossomed into the Sathya University, which provides education from primary to doctoral level free of cost. It focuses on academic excellence along with good character. Swami says the end of education is character.
Mother Eashwaramma's second wish to have a small hospital in Pushpanjali has expanded into 2 super speciality hospitals in Pushpanjali and Whitefield along with 2 general hospitals. These temples of healing provide primary to tertiary health care and modern state-of-the-art medical care completely free of cost. This has grown into a global health mission, providing free health care to hundreds of thousands of needy people through medical camps, medical clinics, and mobile clinics.
Mother Eashwaramma's third wish was to provide drinking water for the residents of Pushpanjali. This has developed into the Sathya Sai Water Project, which is providing water to millions, not only to Pushpanjali, but also other states in India. This has inspired the Sathya Sai devotees across the world to start water project in Africa, Indonesia, Nepal, Sri Lanka, El Salvador and other countries.
Thus, the small and simple wishes of the mother made. They made for gigantic humanitarian projects all over the world.
Wasn't Eashwaramma a wonderful mother?
A blessing to the whole world. Thank you, Mother Eashwaramma, for gifting us with the Yuga Avatar Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Let us now watch a dance tribute to Mother Eashwaramma.
भक्ति भक्त भगवंत गुरु चतुष्नाम बपुए तिनके पद वंदन किए मेटत विघ्न जन्म दिया तूने साई को, हम पे किया उपकार। जन्म दिया तूने साई को, हम पे किया उपकार। ईश्वर अम्मा तेरा साई, युग युग का अवतार, युग युग का अवतार। जन्म दिया तूने साई को, हम पे किया उपकार।
This is the flower depicting compassion towards all living beings.
That was really a wonderful performance. Let's give them all a big round of applause. The fourth flower is the flower of Kshama, forbearance, which is very dear to the Lord. Kshama, or forbearance, truly is the highest quality of a human being. But in human life, because he develops narrow ideas, man wants to live in a constricted place. He thinks I and my family are what matter. Others are all different from me. It is not possible for us to develop the flower of forbearance as long as these ideas are in us. It is only when we love that we can have patience and forbearance. One's love should encompass all living beings. That will fructify as forbearance. When you have the broad idea that everyone is mine, there is room for patience and forbearance. It is only then that our love will also grow. Without Kshama, man cannot be happy even for a moment. It promotes divine qualities. It reveals inner divinity. One has to perform sadhana to earn it and establish oneself in it. Our Group 2 SSSC children will now present a bhajan and a skit on Kshama.
The fourth flower is forbearance. Kshama means the ability to forgive. Forgiveness leads to peace. Be kind and gentle in your dealing with others. We are called to forgive like Lord Jesus. Let's welcome our beloved Lord Jesus.
Hark all the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say through guess away Christmas is saying bring.
Father, I am Jesus Christ. I am merciful, and all I did was done in love. I was able to grow flowers of love by forgiving. There is no love without forgiveness. Love and forgiveness, it's free. So sprinkle it everywhere.
Let's now enjoy a few portrayals of forgiveness by our SSC group 2 children. The first part is a role play about Saint Eknath, who was a 16th century Maharashtrian saint devoted to Lord Panduranga, followed by a glimpse from Lord Buddha's life, and finally let us hear an excerpt from our beloved Swami's interactive session.
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Krishna Hare. Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Krishna Hare. Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Krishna Hare. Jai Jai Rama, Krishna Hare. Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Krishna Hare. Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Krishna Hare.
Swami, the kirtan is over. Shall we go to sleep?
Yes, let's go to sleep.
Hey, you go that side and you go the other side. I'll bring the valuables and keep near the door. Let's put in 2 pots so it's easier to carry.
Yes, I'll get the pots first and keep here. And then let us each concentrate on one route.
Okay, we will be back here in 15 minutes. We should be careful and leave quickly. Oh no, I'm blind. What happened was everything has turned dark. I am blind.
What's that noise? What's going on?
Maharaj, can you please give us our eyesight back? Please forgive my behavior.
I did wrong with doing things in your house. You're not just a saint, but a miraculous healer. Forgive my action.
Swami, I have never seen you doing this before. This is miraculous. I will bring food for them to eat and water for them to drink. Oh Swami, you are so generous. Your kindness is immense. You're feeding the thieves who want to rob you.
We will never steal again. Your goodness has made us realize our mistakes and changed us.
Now take these pots with the things in them and go look for proper work and live your life in a good way.
समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले
has to be forgiven and forgotten.
Really, Pranav? Can you please share the story to me?
Buddha was once sitting in meditation. Around him were his disciples, also meditating with Buddha. A businessman came there and saw his children also meditating with Buddha. He got angry and thought, this man is sitting idle, doing nothing, possesses nothing, and my children are sitting with him, when they could be helping me in making money in the business.
Oh, it seems he does not realize the value of meditation.
Yes, also he didn't know Buddha's value too and shouted angrily at both of his children and the Buddha which woke everyone from meditation. But Buddha's eyes were still closed. This made the businessman even more angrier and in that anger he spat on Buddha's face.
That's terrible, Pranav.
Yes, the disciples got angry and wanted to intervene, but when the Buddha was there, they could not do nothing as it is against his teachings, and so they kept silent. In fact, Buddha was smiling. The businessman got very, very angry. He thought to himself that Buddha must be a crazy man and left. He went home but could not sleep all night. He felt totally sick. Then he realized that Buddha must be a saint and that he did wrong by spitting at Buddha. So as the sun rose next morning, the businessman went to Buddha and profusely apologized and asked Buddha's forgiveness.
That's a good thing he did, Pranav. Buddha would forgive him.
No, Buddha said he cannot forgive him.
Buddha not forgiving? It doesn't sing, Pranav.
Yes, the disciples thought likewise and the businessman was also shocked. He felt miserable and asked Buddha's forgiveness again and again.
Now I got what you were hinting in the beginning of the story, Pranav.
Yes, but the businessman didn't get it. He cried, stating that he spat on Buddha's face on the previous day and that he is regretting his act and asking forgiveness.
What did Buddha say, Pranav?
Buddha said that the person who was sitting here yesterday was different and the one you see sitting here today is different. As the businessman did nothing to this person here today, there is nothing to be forgiven.
How profound! One should not just forgive, but forget the past too. One should not identify with the body and have ego. Forgiving and forgetting is the moral of the story.
Sarva Bhutana Maitra Karuna Evacha Nirmamo Nirahankaras Samadukka Sukakshami.
Alright now, let me share with you a sweet short satsang snippet on forgiveness with our dear Swami, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
Please, I'm eager to hear it, Ashwath.
During one satsang with Swami, a doctor of super specialty hospital asked Swami, how many mistakes will you forgive, Swami? Swami's reply to this is a great message. He said, I will forgive as many mistakes as you make. Who can say like this? Only the Lord of the universe can say like this. He is ready to forgive all your mistakes.
Oh, I cannot understand what Swami is trying to say. Is Swami encouraging all of us to make mistakes and mentioning that he is always there to forgive?
No, not like that. He is asking for an assurance.
Assurance? What assurance is he asking for?
An assurance as in, he is ready to forgive all your mistakes, provided he puts a condition in there, asking for sincere repentance from the person who seeks forgiveness. Swami says, if you sincerely repent on your mistakes, I will forgive all your mistakes.
That's a great message from our dear Swami Ashwath. He mentions that forgiveness is a divine quality. I can understand from his message that true love is indeed required to practice the act of forgiveness. Let us all follow what Swami says on forgiveness.
Nourish love in your hearts. Love will drive away all bad thoughts. It will promote the spirit of forgiveness.
That was really very touching, isn't it? The fifth is the flower of Shanti, peace. One should remain peaceful through all the vicissitudes of life. Only then can one attain divine grace. Man needs peace at the physical, mental, and spiritual levels. Peace is not present in the external world, it is present within. You are the embodiment of peace. In the worldly life, there are bound to be many hardships, but one should not be perturbed. One should bear all sufferings with fortitude and patience. Life becomes meaningful only when one experiences the peace that originates from the heart. If you can fill your heart with love, then peace will come into you from outside. Through bad qualities to some extent, we lose peace. With truthful thoughts, a man will have peace. With untruthful thoughts, a man will not have peace. Shanti has detachment as the basic quality. Shanti endows man with an unruffled mind and steady vision. Swami says, where there is peace, there you find divine power, grace and fame. We shall now have a bhajan, a candle dance and a skit on Shanti.
Peace is unity. Peace is love. Peace begins with helping someone. Peace begins with being polite. Peace begins with making a friend. Peace begins with me. Let us hear from the man who showed us the path to Nirvana. I am Buddha. I stay calm and peaceful. I realize that at a young age, peace comes within. Though the world of joy, peace, and at our fingertips, we only need to touch it.
Light a candle for peace, light a candle for love, light a candle that shines all the way around the world. Light a candle for me, light a candle for you, that our wish for world peace will one day come true. Light a candle for peace, light a candle for love, light a candle that shines all the way around the world. Light a candle for me, light a candle for you, that our wish for world peace will one day come true. Sing peace around the world. 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 Light a candle for peace, light a candle for love, light a candle that shines all the way around the world. Light a candle for me, light a candle for you, that our wish for world peace will one day come true.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Bhagavan Baba says the universal peace originates and radiates from within each one of us. At an individual level, this Shanti
or peace manifests in different forms such as tolerance, calmness, and patience. With Swami's praise, let us listen out to a story that brings out how Shanti, the flower of peace, is an ornament of several sages and saints. Today, we are going to share instances from the life of great saints like Nigrah and Shaburi. It is enlightening to know how each of them endured the ups and downs of life with patience and experienced the peace within.
When Swami was a small boy, he was sent to an exorcist because everyone thought he was crazy and needed treatment. Little Sathya was extremely patient with the world with ignorance. At one point, his mother and sister could not bear this anymore and stopped this process. Swami was still calm. With a clear mind, he guided them with the herbs to be applied and cured himself. He never complained or lost his temper. He maintained inner peace by being tolerant. Usually we tend to believe that we lose our peace of mind because of the people around us or because of the chaos in the world. But Swami has demonstrated that peace is our innate nature and to exhibit it a choice that we should exercise. At this time, I am reminded of Sant Mirabai. In spite of all troubles in her life, she was peaceful because of her enduring calmness.
Although Mira was born and married into the royal family, she was subjected to many physical and emotional turmoils. Lost in thoughts of divine and with a heart full of love, she, however, remained detached. She is a good example of how divine thoughts endure calmness.
ऐसे लागे लगन मेरा हो गए मगन ऐसे लागे लगन मेरा हो गए मगन वो तो गली गली हरि गुण गाने लगी महलों में पली बन के जोगन चली महलों में पली बन के जोगन चली मेरा रानी दीवानी कहाने लगी ऐसे लागी लगन मेरा हो गई मगन
who realized that she was a great soul. She engaged herself in the works of ashram with great sense of dedication. In the final moments of Sage Matanga, he disclosed to Shabari that she too will have the privilege to meet Lord Rama. The sage asked her to wait for those great moments. She prepared herself in the ashram to receive Lord Rama. She never knew when he would come, but she was sure that he would definitely visit her. After many years of perseverance and waiting, Rama did show up at her in the ashram. In the current pandemic situation, each one of us here is like Shabari, waiting for the return of normalcy and meticulously doing our duty as well. Swami, please bless us with the unwavering faith in you and like Shabari remain patient.
ऋषि मतंग के वचन पर करके दृढ़ विश्वास शबरी करती राम से विनय भरी अरदास दर्शन दो श्री राम, अब मोहि दर्शन दो श्री राम। प्यास ने बहुत जलाई अखियाँ, प्यास ने बहुत जलाई अखियाँ, अब दर्शन दो श्री राम, अब मोहि दर्शन दो श्री राम।
Let us seek Bhagwan's blessings and pray that like Shabri, with complete faith in our mother side, we will practice patience and perseverance. Like Meera, calm the mind by filling it with the thoughts of the divine. Like Swami, let us always choose to be peaceful and tolerant in every walk of our life. Tolerance brings peace within. Let us step deep into to find the flower of Shanti and offer it at his divine lotus feet.
Sairam, this flower is depicting peace for the entire universe and state of calmness of mind.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. It was truly amazing. The sixth flower is the flower of Tapas, penance. True penance lies in controlling one's emotions, thoughts, words, and deeds arising out of sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic qualities. One should contemplate on God at all times and achieve harmony of thought, word, and deed. It is said, Manasyekam vachasyekam karmanyekam mahatmanam, meaning he is a noble one whose thoughts, words, and deeds are in complete harmony. The Bhagavad Gita teaches one should be even-minded in happiness or sorrow, gain or loss, victory or defeat. One should discharge one's duty and serve society without any expectation of reward. Such even-mindedness and desireless state is true penance. When a man succeeds in his tapas, the words he utters will have such power that what he says will be transformed into mantras. Now we have the group 2 children who will be presenting a skit on tapas.
Penance is the ability to identify the right and correct the wrong. It is the way to celebrate God's forgiveness and change our hearts. So be patient, be strong, and be the change. Let us hear from the great King Bhagirath, who is the epitome of patience. I am King Bhagirath of the great Eashwaramma dynasty. I am called Gangaputra, for I did great tapasya to bring goddess Ganga to the earth from the heaven to heal my ancestors from Saint Kapila's curse. So, true penance is giving oneself for the sake of others.
Long ago, there was a king called Uttanapada. He had 2 wives, Suniti and Suruchi. Suniti's son was called Dhruva, while Suruchi's son was called Uttama. One day, Dhruva reached the palace. Uttama was sitting beside his father, singing and laughing. Uttanapada was holding him tightly to his heart. Dhruva rushed forward to embrace his father, but Suruchi was on the watch.
Where are you going, Dhruva? I want to sit on my father's lap. You are not my son and not fit to sit in a king's lap. Pray to the Lord that you will be born to me. Only then you will be able to sit in a king's lap.
Hurt by her cruel words, Dhruva looked at his father with tearful eyes. But the king did not say a word for fear of earning the displeasure of his favorite wife.
I ask you to leave from here right now.
Sobbing aloud, he ran to his mother.
What happened, my boy? Did anyone say anything to you? Have you been hurt?
Mother, why is father so unloving? Can no one help me at all?
My dear, there is only one person who helps the helpless people in the world. He is the Lord Narayan.
If you can get a vision of the Lord, all your troubles will be at end.
Mother, where is this Lord Narayana? How can I meet him? Will he listen to me or will he push me off as father does?
No, my boy, he will never do like that and will give all that you ask.
Dhruva then and there made up his mind to go in search of the Lord. Suniti removed the princely dress of Dhruva and dressed him in simple clothes.
My dear child, leave the kingdom and go into the forest.
Chant the Lord's name with all your might.
Then he will appear before you and give you what all you deserve.
Dhruva bowed to her and left for the forest.
He left the kingdom behind and was slowly walking towards the forest. By the power of Suniti's blessings, the divine sage Narada met Dhruva in midway.
Son, who are you? The kingdom is behind you, and this path will only lead you to the forest. They are fierce animal in the jungle. Come, I will take you back to your parents. Oh Mahatma, I will do tapas in the forest until Lord Narayana gives me a vision and my father's love. Don't go to forest. It is not easy to do tapas. I am not afraid of the forest. If I gain my father's love, my mother will also benefit by it.
The sage Narada was truly impressed by Dhruva's determination and whispered the Narayana mantra in his ears.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O Dhruva, concentrate on the Lord alone. He will surely appear before you soon.
After Narada left, Dhruva found a shady part in the forest, fixed his seat and began chanting the mantra.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
In the forest, Dhruva carried on severe austerities. He gave up food and immersed himself in japa throughout the day. In the first month, he ate fruits.
The second month, he ate only leaves.
In the third month, he drank only water. The fourth month, he survived on air.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
The intensity of Dhruva's tapas created such a heat that even the gods in heaven could not withstand it. They all went in a group to Lord Narayana in Vaikuntha.
O Lord, we are being burnt up by the intensity of Dhruva's tapas. Please rescue us from it.
Yes, I know Dhruva's tapas has reached the culmination. I will give him a vision now.
Seated upon the eagle chariot, Sri Vishnu appeared before Dhruva. Dhruva was standing on one foot with eyes closed and doing japa intensely.
My child Dhruva, I am very much pleased with your tapas. Please open your eyes and see me.
Oh great God, excuse me if I don't obey your orders immediately. My mother said that you are within and without of all beings. If you have really come, please appear before my mind's eye so that I could be sure that you have really come.
The Lord smiled at Dhruva's words and he appeared before his mind's eye. Dhruva hastily opened his eyes. In front of him was the Lord's form, same as that which appeared in his mind. Dhruva prostrated to Sri Mahavishnu. Sri Mahavishnu touched him with his conch shell.
Your father and all others will love you dearly hereafter. Go back to your kingdom. You will become a great king and rule over the kingdom for a long time. After your life on earth is over, you will become the Dhruva star that will shine brightly in the sky. All the great planets and even the 7 great rishis will whirl around you. The whole world will look up to you for guidance in the night.
Lord Narayana blessed Dhruva and vanished. As soon as he approached to the kingdom, he could see his father, mother, auntie and Uttama waiting for him. After his life was completed, he flew to the sky. As he was firm in his tapas, so is he in the sky.
Sairam, this is the flower depicting contemplation of God at all times.
That was really awesome. The 7th is the flower of Dhyana, meditation. True meditation lies in unifying the mind with God. Just as milk and water cannot be separated, likewise, the mind, once merged with God, cannot be separated. An iron ball cast in fire will become one with it. Likewise, your love should become one with divine love. This truth is contained in the Vedic dictum, Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman becomes Brahman himself. Some people contemplate on God for a limited period in the morning and evening. This cannot be called meditation. Sarvada, Sarvakaleshu, Sarvatra Harichintanam. Contemplate on God at all times, at all places, and under all circumstances. Perform all tasks with your mind firmly fixed on God. That is true meditation. True dhyana consists in recognizing the presence of God in all types of work. God is Sarvantaryami, Sarva Bhutantaratma, and is Sarva Vyapi, the indweller of all. To make an attempt in pure Dhyana to confine God to one place which you choose cannot be Dhyana. To regard the entire creation as the form of God and to perform your duty in that spirit is meditation. Let us now watch a skit on Tapas, followed by a bhajan by Group 2 children.
Meditation is non-salient and must not be stored. Just as milk and water cannot be separated, the thoughts once merged with God cannot be separated. True meditation unifies the mind with God. Let us welcome Mahanya and China Mercy. Thank you. Someone asked me what meditation is and how to do it. I said when there are thoughts, it is a distraction. When there are no thoughts, it is meditation. So keep your mind steady, not in strain.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Today's topic is meditation, Dhyana. Let us now dive deep into the topic.
May we know who are speakers, as it is a very profound topic.
Yes, before that let's understand what we mean by Dhyana. Is it sitting with perfect silence without any process of thought? Such a contention is meaningless because it virtually amounts to nice sleep only.
Very correct. One can sleep under the pretext of Dhyana. Vedas say that true knowledge is the real form of the Lord. Knowledge is formless. Therefore, the formless God needs only the true divine knowledge about the Lord. The great ancient Vedic sages sat in meditation on the divine knowledge, Brahma Dhyana.
So can we say that Dhyana, meditation is being mindful? Let us try to understand from today's Samarpan talk by Sister Lavanya and Sister Sonakshi. Over to Sister Lavanya and Sister Sonakshi.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Swami and loving Saram listeners. Today's topic is Dhyana. With me, the Sister Sonakshi. Sai Ram to all. Sai Ram, Sister Lavanya. Sai Ram, Sister, what do we understand by Dhyana? Vedas say that meditation is Dhyana.
You mean concentrating inwards and focusing on inner thoughts?
Let us understand this topic better with the story of Sri Ramana Maharshi.
Ramana Maharshi was born in Tiruchiri, December 29, 1817. The newborn child received the name Venkatramanam and was later known as Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharshi. As the child was born, a lady with poor eyesight exclaimed that the child was enveloped in light.
Venkatraman's early childhood was quite normal. He joined others of his age in fun and frolic. When he was about 6 years old, he made boats out of old legal papers belonged to his father and floated them in water. When his father reprimanded him, he left home. After a long search, he was found hiding behind the statue of the Divine Mother in a temple. Even as a child, he sought solace in the Divine Presence and traveled by the world.
Venkatramanam, although intelligent, took a little delight in his learning. He was far more interested in sports and games. The Bhuminateshwara temple was one of his favorite playgrounds. He liked to meet his friends at the temple tank. Another of Ramana's playgrounds was the Gaumphia river near the Kalia temple on the outskirts of Tiruchi. There he and his friends used to swim and play together at the temple area.
The childhood of Ramanan was as normal as anything else. No one had the slightest idea that this child would grow to be the enlightened one.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Today we end our talk with Ramana's childhood days which was very ordinary like you and me. We shall meet tomorrow with more on Maharshi. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Yesterday, Sister Lavanya and Sister Sonakshi narrated the childhood days of Maharshi Ramanan.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Today, the second day on our series of Samarpan Talk on Dhyanam, we have with us Sister Sanvi and Sister Dikshita who will continue the explanation on meditation. Over to Sister Sanvi and Sister Dikshita.
Om Shri Sai Ram, my humble pranam at the lotus feet of our Swami. Today we will explain the enlightenment of Maharshi and his onward journey.
The after-death experience of Maharishi made him live in a different world. He would be imagining and expecting God would suddenly drop down from heaven. His elder brother Nagaswami made fun of him and called him a Jnani or Yogeshwara, enlightened being. True to his brother's words, Venkataraman went on to become a Maharishi.
Ramadan left his house with a note that he's going away and nobody needs to search him. He went to Arunachala temple in Tiruvannamalai to be the renowned yogi. He would slip into deep meditation and go inward in search of Dhyana and thus became the Maharishi.
According to our beloved Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, meditation should be performed enthusiastically with full faith and care, and strictly according to the disciplines laid down. If this is done, it will bestow not only all happiness and all victory, but even the vision of love. This is bound to the science of supreme spirituality, Vedanta, and the science of nature, Prakriti. These two are different in only one respect. The students of nature, Prakriti, are immersed in the objects of life, and the students of Vedanta are immersed in the objects of people are bound to both of them. Nature is related to sense objects, Vishaya. Vedanta is related to oneself, reality, Swarupa. If people desire to transform their lives, meditation is the best spiritual sadhana they can adopt like Ramana. With this, we will end our today's session. Saira.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Today on the third day on a series of Samarpan talk on Dhyanam, we have with us Sister Darshini, Sister Prasida and Sister Sai Sahana who will continue on the talk. Over to them.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Today we talk more on our beloved Swami explained Dhyana in the story in Swami Vivekananda.
Our Swami says, meditation is a process of self-discovery. He has said all spiritual aspirants and yogis have a good knowledge of the Absolute through meditation. When higher knowledge is established, there is no sense of the past or future. All is present time. Through meditation, the weakness of the body can be overcome, the restless nature of the mind can be controlled, and the progress towards the seat of grace made easy. One can then attain the experience of primordial powers.
Very correct, Sister Prasida. But the Swami has also stated that meditation is much more than only sitting in one place. It's a way of life. One should have Deva Preeti, Papa Preeti, and Sanganiti. Love for God, fear of sin, and morality in society, which is for Nirvana.
There is a step-by-step process for new and seasoned meditators. According to Bhagavan, when in meditation, considering the form chosen by you, then pass into contemplation, then into meditation, like we do in Jyoti meditation. Only by the 3 states will you get there. The attention of mind is totally removed from the body and totally concentrated on the form chosen as the object of your meditation.
Let us explain it with the story of Swami Vivekananda. One day, many disciples gathered around Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. One of them was Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda asked Ramakrishna, "You're always talking to God all the time. Where's the proof? Show me the proof."
Ramakrishna loved for Vivekananda as they had a yearning for God. Vivekananda was equally devoted to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He did not look for any employment to earn for his living, but just followed Ramakrishna all the time.
One day, Vivekananda's mother was very ill and was on her deathbed. He had no money in his hand to buy her necessary medicine or food. It made him very angry that he was unable to take care of his mother when she was really sick. He went to Ramakrishna and told him that all the spirituality was a waste of time and he should have taken up a job to take care of his sick mother. Ramakrishna had a Kali shrine in his house and he asked Vivekananda to go into the shrine and ask Mother Kali for medicine. Vivekananda immediately went into the shrine and came out after an hour or two, but then he forgot to ask for medicine for his mother.
On hearing this, Ramakrishna urged him to go back into the shrine and ask for medicine. Again, after 4 hours, Vivekananda came out and said, "He again forgot to ask for medicine." Ramakrishna replied, "That's good. If you had asked for anything in shrine today, it would have been the last day between you and me. I would not have seen your face ever again, because an asking fool does not know what life is about. Playfulness is a certain quality, but if one plays with an expectation, then it doesn't work. Spiritual aspirants must by inward observation examine the mind and its content and condition. By proper discipline and habits, the accumulated dirt should be removed little by little, systematically.
In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna said, "When you start fixing your thoughts on me, all thoughts that agitate you will be still through my grace. Matta chittaha sarva durkani, matta sada tarishyati." This discipline must be rigorously followed. In fact, Dhyana, which is meditation, means discipline. Discipline, regularity, and steadiness. These are the essentials of meditation to achieve quick results. Meditation is a first-class cure for worldly existence, Bhavaroga. Along with it, another drug must also be taken. Its name is contentment. If there is contentment in mind, one enjoys an endless festival. Craving makes the mind waver. It is an all-consuming fire that will destroy people slowly and surely. The royal road to meditation is contentment.
The cure for well-being, especially after the present pandemic distress faced by the world, is only through Dhyana. So brothers and sisters, with Swami's blessing, let us all resolve to be mindful in our thought and remember that the present is real and the past is an experience and the future is uncertain.
With this, we come to the end of this summer print talk. Well then, it was a small humble attempt to make our listener understand what meditation, Dhyana is all about.
Silent to all the speakers who have very well explained the meaning of Dhyana. This series of Samarpan Talk ends with a thought from our beloved Swami that the path of meditation, Dhyana Marga, will destroy ignorance, Ajnana, and it will grant the individual union with the Godhead, Brahmaikyada. Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Sai Ram.
Dear loved one, you ask, how will you know when I am near you? When on a sultry night, everything is hot and still. The first cool breeze brushes your cheek. I am caressing you. Think of me. When your mouth is parched, and you can hardly speak. First sip of cool water. Sprinkle, shower, splash, drip. I am soothing you, soothing. Think of me, think of me, think of me, think of me. When I sprinkle, 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 sprinkle your face with rain, and wash the earth, the dry brown leaves, the first smell of clean rain. I am cleansing you. Think of me. Dissolves and fear disappears. Think of me. When steadfast eyes are horrified by the cruelties of life, glances of the silent setting sun, I'm comforting you. Think of me. voice pleading. And you love me for everything you see, hear, smell, taste, or touch belongs to me. So how can you give to me what I already have but your love? And that I gave to you before time began as your sole possession. When you return it to me, then will I know you are truly mine. And I will dissolve your sorrow and happiness into me. Sorrow, happiness, that being me, I will place you in bliss forever. For I love and think of you constantly. From your most loving father, Baba.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 65. Manmana bhava mat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Always think of me, be devoted to me, worship me and offer obeisance to me. Doing so will certainly come to me. This truth I declare to you, for you are dear to me.
Truly inspiring, isn't it? Give them a huge round of applause. The 8th flower is the flower of Sathya, truth. This is very important. The entire world has originated from truth, is sustained by truth, and ultimately merges into truth. There is no place without the principle of truth. Truth is changeless in all 3 periods of time: past, present, and future. Everything may disappear, but truth remains forever. So truth is God. Live in truth. Where there is truth, there you find plenty and prosperity. There is one flower with us that neither fades nor withers away with the passage of time. This is the flower that is dear to the Lord. It is the flower of our heart, which is always full of fragrance and does not undergo any change. Offering of this flower is a true offering to the Lord. Let us now watch a presentation on Sathya by Group 2 children, followed by an action song by Group 1 children.
Om Shri Sai Ram, the 8th flower is Ashta Pushpam, truth. Satya Deva Jayate, truth is God. When you seek truth, you are seeking God. No matter what you do, stand up for who you are. Be honest and give to God is honesty. Let us welcome Satyavadi Harishamdra, the King whose son, epitome of truth and worth. you. I am Harish Chandra. All my life I stuck to the path of truth, no matter how difficult it was. So I am called Sathya. I did what is right and not what is easy. So always speak with sincerity, act with integrity.
Sairam all. We the students of SSC Group 2 ASG are here to chant a few shlokas and bhajans on the supreme value of truth. Atma is the truth. One Ishwar, which is true nature of Atma, is the truth. This truth is always in our heart. However, we keep searching for it everywhere. Each human being has a drive to attain this truth. This truth is eternal, imperishable and indestructible. Hence it is called as Sanatana. To walk on the path to know or realize this truth is the Sanatana Dharma.
Satyam vada dharmam chara. Speak the truth, pursue righteousness. This is the great pronouncement of the ancient Upanishads and scriptures of the Bharatiyas. Truth and righteousness are stepping stones to human greatness. The Puranas have also declared Satyameva Jayati. Truth alone triumphs. Victory adores truth. Satyanasti paro dharma. There is no greater dharma than truth, declare the Puranas. Truth is God. It is a supreme folly to forget this fact and obtain grace of God by all kinds of practices.
The Bhagavatas indicated a more adverse path. Emperor Balu told his guru Sukracharya, "Can there be a greater sin than going back on one's plighted word?" The same truth was revealed by Bhudevi, the goddess of the earth, in another context in the Bhagavata. Bhudevi lamented, "O Lord, I can bear the burden to carry any number of sinners, but I cannot bear to carry those who have betrayed truth." The glow of truth has been proclaimed by the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Puranas and the epics.
Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma. Satyam Brahma. Jnanam Brahma. Anantam Brahma. Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, says the scripture. Truth is infinite. Everything is based on truth. Today, people have the other to truth. Truth is God. The answer to the question, where is God, is He is everywhere. Truth is everywhere.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 34. Tat viddhi pranipatena Pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastattvadarshinaha. Learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him with reverence and render service unto him. Such an enlightened saint can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth.
Our beloved Swami says that everyone should embark perpetually on the quest for truth. In every thought, word, and action, this quest must go. Truth is not merely what appears as a fact for that moment. It is changeless and beyond time. Nurturing truth, one should bear in mind that it should be pleasing and wholesome. It should not cause any excitement or harm to anyone. A distinction should be made between truth and untruth in apparent fact. What is apparent at one moment is liable to change at another. Moreover, what is apparent may not be the real truth. As for instance, in case of the sun rising in the east and setting in the west, the sun in fact doesn't rise or set at all. It is the revolution of the earth around itself that produces an apparent phenomenon of the sun rising and setting.
Students,
Students, never give up the truth under any circumstances. Uphold it even at the risk of your own life. Sathya is in you, with you, around you, and it will protect you just as the eyes protect the eyes. Harishchandra earned the title Sathya Harishchandra by uncompromisingly adhering to truth. How many sufferings he had to undergo, and how many difficulties he had to bear. He was even forced to sell his wife and his son. He lost his kingdom and became the keeper of the coronation ground. But in spite of all of this, he was unmoved and unperturbed. He firmly held on to truth. Ultimately, God himself manifested before him and restored everything he had lost. Besides, he conferred upon him the title of Sathya Harishchandra.
The importance of truth. There is a story relating to Prahlada. Once Indra secured from Prahlada the gift of his shield, character. What character left Prahlada? The goddess of fame, royal prosperity, and prowess left him one after another. Prahlada allowed them to go, but when Sathya, truth, started to leave, Prahlada prayed to the goddess not to leave him. The moment truth stayed with Prahlada, the other deities representing fame, prosperity, etc. also returned. Our beloved Swami says, students, in whatever situation you may be placed in your official careers, never give way to untruth. You must uphold dharma, which means acting according to your conscience. Always follow the dictates of your conscience.
Sri Krishna states that all these qualities manifest in individuals to the extent sanctioned by him alone. Hence, he is the source of all good and bad natures in living beings. This can be likened to the electric power supplied by a powerhouse being used by various gadgets. The same electric power being used by various gadgets creates different effects. It creates sound in one, light in another, and heat in the third.
Although the manifestations are different, the source is the same electric supply as the powerhouse. Similarly, God manifests in us positively or negatively according to our Purushartha, the actions we perform by exercising our freedom of choice in the present and past lives.
Of all human virtues, we know is truthfulness. A ship cannot catch the wind if it is using a torn sail. Eyes can see the path ahead if they are covered up in veils. When all of our words are truthful, our souls are able to progress. The foundation of all human virtues, we know is truthfulness. We know is truthfulness.
Truthfulness is brighter than the light of the sun. Truthfulness is brighter than the light of the sun. With truthfulness, O people, beautify your tongues. With truthfulness, O people, beautify your tongues. Honesty adorns the soul of everyone. Honesty adorns the soul of everyone. Honesty is brighter
పుడమికి సరి మధ్య పుట్టపతి అనగా పుడమికి సరి మధ్య పుట్టపతి అనగా ఆత్మ విద్యలిందే అవతరించే విశ్వమానవ కోటి విజ్ఞానముందంగా విశ్వమానవ కోటి విజ్ఞానముందంగా విశ్వవిద్యాలయం విచట వెలసే శాంతి సౌఖ్యములను శాంతి సౌఖ్యములను సర్వదేశములందు నెల్ల జిల్లడి విఘ్నులి చట వెలసే నియతి తప్పని మహానిష్ఠులు భక్తులు నియతి తప్పని మహానిష్ఠులు భక్తులు వేలు లక్షలు కోట్లు వెలసిరిచట సర్వధర్మ ప్రేమ శాంతులు జగతికి చాటి చెప్పగా భూమి సాయి ప్రభువు సత్య సాయి భూమిని సంపూర్ణ ప్రేమ మూర్తి ఎగుచు పుట్టే మోదమల సత్య సాయి ప్రభువు సంపూర్ణ ప్రేమ మూర్తి ఎగుచు పుట్టే మోదమల
स्वामिकी अर्पितम् अहिंसा प्रथमं पुष्पं पुष्पम् इन्द्रिय निग्रहम् सर्वभूतदया पुष्पं क्षमा पुष्पं विशेषतः ज्ञान पुष्पं तपः पुष्पं शान्ति पुष्पं तथैव च सत्यम् अष्टविधं पुष्पं विष्णुर्नीतिकरं भवेत् विष्णुर्नीतिकरं भवेत् विष्णुर्नीतिकरं भवेत्
Enchanting performance. Swami says, you need not waste a time gathering the flowers that fade away and wither away in no time. The flower of your heart is eternal, ever fresh and ever fragrant, for which you need not spend even a naya paisa. That is the real flower. One who understands the secret of this flower is a Paramanyani, one of supreme wisdom. Your life will find fulfillment when you please God by offering Him the 8 flowers mentioned above. Love is the undercurrent of all this. So, lead a life suffused with love. Let us now listen to a short discourse by our Swami on the 8 types of flowers.
సత్యమనగా త్రికాల భాగ్యం సత్యం. మూడు కాలములు ఎందుకుడను మారనటువంటిదే సత్యం.
Truth is changeless in all 3 periods of time.
ఇట్టి సత్యతత్వము ప్రతి వ్యక్తి కూడాను గుర్తించడానికి ప్రయత్నించాలి.
Every individual should make every attempt to know the nature of truth.
సత్యమనగా దీని అంతరార్థం ఏమిటి?
What is the inner significance of truth?
దీనిలో సత్యము అనేటువంటి పదములో 3 అక్షరములు ఉంటున్నది.
In this word satyam there are 3 letters.
సత్ ఈ యం, ఇది సత్యం.
3 are sat e yam, satyam.
సత్ అనగా ఇందులో ప్రాణము అని అర్థము.
Sat here means life.
ఈ అనగా అన్నము అని.
E stands for food.
యం అనగా సూర్యుడు అని.
Yam is sun.
ప్రతి మానవునికి ఆహారం అత్యవసరము.
Every individual needs food.
ప్రాణము కలిగినటువంటి ప్రతి వ్యక్తికి అత్యవసరము అన్నము.
Every living creature needs food.
కనుకని అన్నమును ప్రసాదించేటువంటి వాడు సూర్యుడు.
Is the sun who gives us our food.
సూర్యుని వల్ల అన్నమును దించుకొని అన్నం ద్వారా జీవుణ్ణి బ్రతికించుకోవటమే ఇది మానవత్వం యొక్క ప్రధానమైనటువంటి కర్తవ్యం.
With the help of the sun, we have our food and sustain our life. This is our responsibility.
ప్రాణము సూర్యుడు మారనటువంటి వారు.
Sun and the life, they don't change.
ఇవి సత్యస్వరూపమును ధరించినటువంటివి.
They are the very embodiments of truth.
దీనిని ఇంకొక పర్యాయం మరొక పదముతో విచారించి చూసినప్పుడు సత్య.
You can also interpret in another way, Sathya.
సత్య అనేటువంటి 2 అక్షరములు ఎందుకును 3 అక్షరములు ఇమిడి ఉంటున్నాయి.
Though it is 2-lettered one, you have 3 letters.
స త య, ఇది సత్య.
Sa ta ya, 3-lettered Sathya.
ఈ స త య అనే 3 అక్షరములను త్రిప్పి మనం పలికినప్పుడు యా తా సా అని పలుకుతుంది.
If you just put it in the reverse order, it is ya ta sa.
యా తా సా అవుతుంది.
It is ya ta sa in the reverse.
యా అనగా యమనియమాదులతో.
Ya stands for the discipline outer and inner.
తపస్సును ఆచరించినప్పుడు
conducting penance.
సా అనేటువంటి సత్యస్వరూపుడైన దైవత్వాన్ని పొందవచ్చును అని దీని అర్థం.
One would acquire and experience the divinity.
కనుకనే యమనియమాదులు అంటే ఏమిటి?
What are these disciplines, inner and outer?
అనగా ఇంద్రియ నిగ్రహం గావించుకోవాలి.
It only means one should have sense control.
తపస్సు అంటే ఏమిటి?
What is penance?
తల క్రింద పెట్టి పైన కాళ్ళు పెట్టి యోచించడం కాదు తపస్సు.
It is not putting our head down with the legs up.
తపస్సు అనగా త్రికరణ శుద్ధియే తపస్సు.
Penance means the purity of heart.
త్రికరణ శుద్ధి.
And it is the purity of action, thought and word and deed.
ఇది ఏ తపస్సు.
This is penance.
మైండ్ అనేటువంటిది మ్యాడ్ మంకీ.
Mind is a mad monkey.
ఇవి 2 కూడాను నెగటివ్సే.
Both of these are negatives.
కానీ మనము దేనిని అనుసరించాలి?
What is that we should follow?
కాన్షియన్స్ ని అనుసరించాలి.
We should follow our conscience.
ఇది ఏ నిజమైనటువంటి యొక్క తత్వం.
This is the true reality.
ఈ కాన్షియన్స్ అనేటువంటిది సత్యమనే మనకు బోధిస్తుంది.
This conference advocates the principle of truth.
ఇట్టి సత్యాన్ని మనము తెలుసుకోవడానికి తగినటువంటి కృషి చేయాలి.
We should make an attempt to know this truth.
రాగద్వేషాలతో దూషితం కానటువంటి హృదయాన్ని,
we should have the heart which is not polluted by attachment and hatred.
అసత్యాదులతో దూషితం కానటువంటి వాక్కును,
our talk should not be polluted by falsehood.
హింసాదులతో దూషితం కానటువంటి కాయమును,
the body should not be polluted by violence.
మనము అనుభవించినప్పుడే దివ్యత్వం మనకు సాక్షాత్కరిస్తుంది.
And once we experience this, you will have the direct manifestation of the divinity.
కానీ ఈనాడు శాంతి లేదు, శాంతి లేదు. ఎందుకు లేదు శాంతి?
Today we say there is no peace. What's the reason?
దుష్ట సంకల్పముల చేత దుష్టుడగును, సత్య సంకల్పముల చేత సాధువగును, సకల సంకల్పరహితుడే శాంతి పొందు, సకల సంకల్పరహితుడే శాంతి నుండు.
Because of wicked thoughts, one becomes bad and wicked. Because of good thoughts, one becomes pious and noble. the one who transcends the mind and thought, will live in peace.
సకల సంకల్పములు కూడాను లేకుండా పోవాలి.
One should go beyond the realm of thought.
అప్పటి సంకల్పములు అప్పటికి మాత్రమే అనుభవించాలి.
You should have entertained the thought for that moment.
ఈ సంకల్పముల యొక్క చేరికనే మనసు యొక్క స్వరూపము.
Mind is just the combination of thoughts.
కనుకనే మనం సంకల్పం అనేటువంటి దాన్ని అరికట్టుకున్నప్పుడు మనసు సులభంగా అరికట్టుకోవచ్చు.
When once we have control on our thought, we can control our mind.
దీనిని less luggage, more comfort, make travel a pleasure అని.
This what is said. Less luggage, more comfort, make travel a pleasure.
ఈనాటి మానవులకు మితిమీరినటువంటి కోరికలు అభివృద్ధి అవుతున్నాయి.
Man today,
మెడిటేషన్ అంటే ఏమిటి?
what is meditation?
ఈనాడు మెడిటేషన్ అనేటువంటి పదం లోపల అనేక రకమైనటువంటి మార్పులు కలుగుతున్నాయి.
People speak of meditation in several ways today.
మన జీవితమే ఒక మెడిటేషన్.
Our life is a meditation.
నడిచే సమయంలో దూరం చూసుకోకుండా నడిస్తే మనం యాక్సిడెంట్ గురి అయిపోతాము.
As you walk, if you are not careful, you will naturally put to an accident.
అదే కాన్సంట్రేషన్.
That is concentration.
ఈ కాన్సంట్రేషన్ అనేటువంటిది వాకింగ్, టాకింగ్, రీడింగ్, రైటింగ్, ఈటింగ్, వెయిటింగ్ అంతా కూడాను కాన్సంట్రేషన్.
Everything is concentration, like walking, talking, reading,
ఈ
writing,
మెడిటేషన్
eating.
అనేటువంటిది వే ఆఫ్ లైఫ్.
This is the meditation is the way of life.
ఇది ఏదో మనం కొత్తగా మనం ఆచరించేటువంటిది కాదు.
It's not the one that you are going to
కొత్తగా
newly
మనం
practice.
సంపాదించేటువంటిది కాదు.
It's not to be newly acquired.
మన జీవితంలో అది పెద్ద ప్రధానమైనటువంటి యొక్క విలువగా ఉంటుండాలి.
It is the main life principle for that matter.
కనుక నీవు వస్తువుల పైన మెడిటేట్ చేస్తున్నావు.
You meditate on worldly
రోడ్డు
objects.
పైన మెడిటేషన్ చేస్తున్నావు.
You meditate on road.
విషయాల పైన మెడిటేట్ చేస్తున్నావు.
On worldly issues.
దీనినే గాడ్ వైపు టర్న్ చేస్తే ఇది మార్పు కలుగుతుంది.
You can just divert direct towards God. That is enough.
వర్క్ విల్ బి ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ ఇంటూ వర్షిప్.
Then work will be transformed into worship.
అది ఏ మెడిటేషన్.
That is meditation.
సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం జ్ఞానం అనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం జ్ఞానం అనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం బ్రహ్మ. జ్ఞానం బ్రహ్మ. జ్ఞానం బ్రహ్మ. అనంతం బ్రహ్మ. అనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం జ్ఞానమనంతం 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 బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం బ్రహ్మ. జ్ఞానం బ్రహ్మ. జ్ఞానం బ్రహ్మ. అనంతం బ్రహ్మ. అనంతం బ్రహ్మ. సత్యం జ్ఞానం అనంతం బ్రహ్మ.
Thank you, Swami. It is truly inspiring. I am sure all of us will surely endeavor to offer the 8 flowers to our loving Sai henceforth. Now, we shall have a video presentation on posters and competition prize winners.
time has now come to express our gratitude and thanks to all those who have contributed to this mega event. I now request Mrs. Shilpa Acharya, Deputy SSSC Convener, to propose the vote of thanks.
Loving pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Brothers and sisters, no function is complete without offering gratitude. Firstly, we offer our gratitude to our beloved Bhagwan, bringing us together to offer this bouquet of programs by the SSSC children. A heartfelt gratitude to Swami for his ever-gracious presence and guidance during all our rehearsals. It has been an interesting 2 to 3 months that we have gone through, with many challenges of online and face-to-face practice sessions. But this is where Swami comes in. At the end of the day, Swami always takes care. We are grateful to the rulers of Abu Dhabi and President of UAE, His Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, for providing a secure environment and opportunities for all expatriates living in this great land. Our sincere thanks to today's chief guest, Mr. Suresh Balakrishnan, Principal of Bhavan School, Abu Dhabi, for his insightful words. We are thankful to the Management Committee of the Abu Dhabi Sai Center for the support in successfully conducting this program. We thank all the SSSC children for their enthusiastic participation and excellent performance today amidst all their curriculum commitments. A special note of gratitude to all our gurus and children who have put their faith in Swami and attended face-to-face practice sessions just to make this event a grand success. The SSSC gurus have put in a lot of effort in training the children for this annual event. We thank all of them for their dedication and commitment. Our sincere gratitude goes to the parents of all our SSSE children who have been very supporting and encouraging their children to participate in this program. Their involvement and support during the course of rehearsals is much appreciated and recognized. An annual online event of this magnitude would not have been possible without the full support and dedication from the Youth Wing and the Service Wing volunteers of the Sri Sathya Sai Management Committee. A special note of thanks goes to the Youth Wing for the excellent support provided during the recording and editing of the events. May Swami bless and grace each one of the volunteers and their families with his choicest blessings for their teamwork and providing their prompt and efficient services. Finally, we thank all of you, the online audience, for your gracious presence. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Aunt Shilpa. We shall conclude the program with a Satova prayer, Aarti and Vibhuti mantra. Jai Sai Ram.
Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Narayana Sai Purushottama Guru Tumaho Siddha Buddha Sai Skanda Vinayaka Savita Pavaka Tumaho Savita Pavaka Tumaho
ब्रह्ममस्द साई अहव शक्ति साई येसु पिता प्रभु तुम हो रुद्र विष्णु साई राम कृष्ण साई रहीमतावो तुम हो रहीमतावो तुम हो वासुदेव गो विश्वरूप साई चिदानंद हरि तुम हो अद्वितीय साई अकाल निर्भय आत्मलिंग शिव तुम हो आत्मलिंग शिव तुम हो साई आत्मलिंग शिव तुम हो।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपदान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैवमु मरि अन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरि अन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्रशयन ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी हो साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंधुको मंगल आरती अंधुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थमोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थमोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थमोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि।